Should have worn my my bloody zombie mask. It's Friday Frights, everyone. Can't you tell? What's up, Manny?
Manny's no more.
There is no Manny. There's only Zool. Only Michael.
Death.
My God, I love it. It's the spooky season. I even have some purple lights back there. They've been up there, and I got some Halloween garland, but that's about it. Oh well. All right, guys, welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre here on the Genreverse Podcast Network and YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app, and of course, subscribe to the Genreverse YouTube channel. Check out the website lrmonline.com every day for all entertainment news, needs, and opinions. I'm Kyle. That's Mike. And yeah, we're here to talk about anything and everything in entertainment, news, geek, and pop culture because, well, it's the Daily Cup of Genre, and that's what we do. So
It doesn't work if I'm wearing headphones. I don't know. It just kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, a bit. It's all right. You also can't wear your glasses underneath, although you should have for comedic effect worn your glasses underneath.
Maybe next Friday.
Oh man, so remember I told you I was gonna go to Busch Gardens last weekend?
Oh yeah.
That didn't happen. We're actually going today, as long as nothing happens between now and 2 p.m. when we pick up our son. That's right, educators. I'm picking my son up early to go to a theme park.
Oh, we're gonna do that. Emma's gonna take a whole day off just so we can go to Universal in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna end up missing out on PE today in the afternoon.
He's gonna walk around. That's PE.
It. So exactly. That is plenty of exercise. Daddy, fortunately or unfortunately, gets to ride around in a scooter because while I can move some distances and more than I used to, I cannot walk a park. I cannot walk a park and then ride as well. So we too get the we don't get to skip lines or anything like that, but when you're disabled, you can go at this particular park. You can go to go in through for the handicap entrance, and if there's a long line, they'll give you a time. They'll say come back in one hour, and they'll write down the time so you can go and find either something with a less line or go shopping, go eating things like that. So it works out pretty well, and he's big enough to ride a few more rides, including a new it'll be new for him, a new roller coaster he's never been on before. So pretty excited about that.
Cool.
Anyways, what's up, man? What do you got going on this week, and what horror Halloween related stuff is Manny Gomez doing?
Okay, so something that's kind of fun that we're gonna do, in Coast Adventures season 3, they go to a place called the Wolf Manor, which just happened to be in Clovis.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm familiar.
And somebody I work with happens to live right behind the property.
Oh wow.
So we watched the episode this weekend. As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna have a spotlight piece on it for yourcentralvalley.com next week. We're gonna go check it out. We're gonna go hang out. We're gonna go walk around, and we're gonna basically visit the real spooky side of that asylum, the hospital.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. We're trying to knock off real haunted places one by one. And so this was really close, and then I just happened to really get to know the guy who lives back there. He also knows the owner of the property, so we may actually bump into him and chat for a bit. That's cool. It's fun.
I know you have likely, maybe not have, but likely have been to California's most famous haunted house, the Winchester Mansion. But
Yep.
if has your daughter?
Yeah, we both went there.
Nice. You
We
guys
took
do,
the- we
you
took
already
the
done the
night tour.
nighttime one?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah, good stuff.
So the funny thing about that is that my daughter definitely took the lead while running around in that house. I did not. And
Oh,
And
it is
that-
such a fun place, though. Even without the supernatural stuff, just the architecture alone, the real stories behind the people that are
Yeah.
that were involved. Like, it's just a very interesting place. I highly suggest it for people.
I will say that there's a lot of supernatural elements to it there was one particular moment where we did kind of feel very uncomfortable, just because there's a lot of like corners and things that you can just walk into while you're waiting for your tour in little areas, and there's music playing, there's people there and everything, but we turned a corner kind of, and we kind of got to this little area where there was nobody, and I'm not even sure necessarily if we're supposed to be there, but it wasn't taped off or anything, but it was just kind of out of the way. But as soon as we turned a corner and we got to this kind of almost like alleyway, it got really like dense, and it got like the air got thick, and you couldn't hear the music anymore.
Interesting.
It just got
Weird.
it got a little bit colder, and it was like, oh, so this is what that feels like. Like this is, I was like, this isn't fun. So there was that moment, which
I like being scared.
I mean, yeah, everybody does.
I'm
That's why-
always desperately looking for that real fear. Yeah.
So yeah, that's as real as it got. But I mean, I've seen supernatural things before, so it's just all part of it.
I think a lot of people have had weird moments that they can't quite explain as much as
Right.
they want to. So yeah.
I mean, I
definitely.
remember, I don't and I say remember like we lived there, but in previous generations, if they couldn't explain something, they just blamed it on black magic. It was just easier that way instead of science.
Yes.
It's magic.
Yes.
By the way, birthday kitty. He's 1 year old.
Oh wow! Happy
Birthday kitty.
Happy birthday, kitty
Happy,
cat.
happy birthday. Say hi. Here, go ahead.
Oh man. So what Halloween ends is tonight, right?
And it's out now. Yeah.
It's out now.
And
So-
it's a dual release, so you can watch it either in theaters or on Peacock.
Are you seeing that in theaters tonight, tomorrow, or
Actually, I'm gonna try to watch it this morning just so I can get a review up, because I didn't get to preview it. And
that
then
makes sense.
it's weird because my I kind of have this FOMO thing going on, because for these types of things I usually watch them ahead of time.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I produce now, and so it's hard to have some time, and I was actually really thinking about it yesterday. Like, man, I kind of miss, the freedom I had of always watching all these movies early, but then again, I was like, I actually kind of also really like my job. So
Well, yeah, it's kind of important to maintain gainful employment and
yeah.
life sustainability.
So yeah, so I'll check it out today. I was hoping to in my dream world, I was gonna watch it last night, which I could have done, because I got out of work early enough. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna take it easy tonight. And so
Yeah.
well,
We have to watch it this weekend as well. Unfortunately, it'll end up being an at-home watch as well. Lucas can watch and enjoy some scary content, but not coming into the middle of it. And Mike is a bit he's a bit graphic. He can be a bit graphic.
yeah,
his
we
kills,
we
so. And Lucas is not even 9 yet, so
yeah, Emma can't watch it either. So I hate not. I'll be honest. I hate not being able to be add to the box office numbers.
Yeah,
That's
I
really what it is.
100%, because we are always talking about that, but we also tell you guys, we understand those that can't, be it money situation, childcare situations. The one thing we don't like though is the person that would have before and just doesn't. That's the upsetting part.
Yeah, the I have the same problem, is that Emma can't watch that movie yet. So, and I have
Look
her
at
this
us
weekend.
being good dads. Look at that,
whatever,
Manny.
man. I want to watch the damn movie.
I know.
and so yeah, it is what it is. Plus also I would have to, I mean, I've done it before, but I'd be going just by myself because my girlfriend won't be in town tomorrow. She's going to go see Chelsea Handler in Bakersfield, her sister.
Not a big fan of Handler.
Yeah, I mean, neither. So whatever. I really don't. Yeah.
If you'd said something like Taylor Tomlinson, I'd be like, okay, cool, down.
Actually,
that's a good show.
Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, she's going to be in Fresno in March.
She's hilarious.
Yeah,
dude.
she's going to be in Fresno in March.
Top-notch comedy talent these days.
I will hands down 100% go getting tickets for that. She just announced a new tour. It was yesterday or 2 days ago. So it's funny you should mention her. and yeah, she'll be at the Tower Theater or Sororian Theater, one of the two. So
yeah,
the fact that she's coming, just here, it's gonna be nice.
Yep. The other thing about Halloween movies I kind of want to just talk about here on our Friday Frights is favorites for the season. And I've mentioned before, I know I've mentioned before, Behind the Mask, the rise of Leslie Vernon. It's an amazing movie. I highly suggest everyone get it. It's not available for free anywhere. I don't even know if it's on Shudder anymore for free, but $3.99 on Amazon Prime. I don't know if that's the rent or purchase, probably the rent price, but I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, it is worth the $3.99. As a matter of fact, I would even state that it is worth buying on Blu-ray right now on whatever, maybe Amazon, but definitely worth it. Great watch. But have you ever watched Idle Hands? With Devon Sawa, Jessica Alba, the dude that plays Foggy in Daredevil.
No, I have not.
Oh my God! So that's the one that I wanted to mention today. It is one of the funniest stoner horror comedies of all time. It's got Seth Green, and like I said, the dude that played Foggy and was in Mighty Ducks. I can't remember his name right now, but they're just hilarious in it. This demon possesses the hands of lazy people, and it happens to possess the hand of this stoner, and played by Sawa, and it's an over-the-top movie. It's absolutely hilarious. It's one of my favorite of all time, and I wanted to suggest that for everyone if you have not seen it. I can't believe you haven't seen it. Do you like horror comedy? Like
I think with me in horror comedy, actually I'm just not the biggest fan of stoner films. That's really what it is. There's some classics that I've seen that are
won't
great.
Be happy for you. I don't think you would dig it then, because it is a stoner
and I understand
film.
I understand its place in pop culture, because I used to enjoy them for various reasons. But for me, my favorite stoner comedy of all time, just my personal favorite, is How High.
It's a funny movie.
It's fantastic. And then I've seen some of the Cheech and Chong stuff, and it's okay. Dazed and Confused, of course.
I mean, this one's got some body mutilation and stuff like that. It's got some great kills in it, some really unique kills. One kill involves knitting needles. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Knitting needles. I'm showing the trailer online or on the screen for everyone. It is It's got a few cameos in it. Freaking Mark Hoppus from Blink 182, who just announced a ridiculously expensive reunion tour with Tom DeLonge, their former guitar player that spun off. Yeah, man, I'm sitting here watching it. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. That's the reason I'm bringing it up. I actually own a physical media copy of the movie, and yeah, I don't know, man. Even though it's a stoner film, it's very much a product of its time, late 90s. God, I think I saw this when I was in middle school, in the theater in middle school. It was 99, yeah. So either freshman year or eighth grade year. I don't remember what month it came out, but I had relatively cool parents, I should say, to where, a horror movie, they were going to be, they had no problem dropping me off at the theater. The parents did not have to go in with you to watch a rated R movie. Just some grown up had to buy you the ticket.
Yeah.
So, me and my friends went and saw this, The Faculty, the Matrix, all sorts of movies that were, not for middle schoolers and freshmen, but I don't know, man. What do you got? What horror movie, like classic, or not necessarily like old classic, but for a Manny classic? What are you looking forward to watching this weekend, maybe?
Horror classics. We already watched Signs, which is just, I don't know. It's one of our favorites to watch. We really try, and it's funny because like I'm thinking about it right now. We really try to branch out and watch things we haven't watched. Because there's so much that we feel like
two now.
So well, I'm not watching that one.
And Behind the Mask, damn it.
Oh, Behind the Mask, yes. That one's actually on my list, but like we watched The Witch just a couple days ago, which is an A24 film. Yes. Very well done. And Jade Taylor, what's her name from the one from the
Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yeah, she's in it. That's one of her younger roles, or whatever.
I was gonna say, isn't she just barely in her 20s?
Yeah, so that movie was that one was pretty good.
26.
I told you we need to venture a little bit more into the new Terrifier, which is hard. It's gonna be hard to get through because I'm not a gore person, but it's for science for science. And oh, Grandma's Boy. That's I think
that's a funny stoner movie. Dude, I love that movie.
That's right there, title for number one. I completely forgot about that movie. I love
Grandma's
that movie.
Boy's hilarious.
When you said for science, that's when it came back. Anywho, sorry. Supposed to be talking about scary movies, not stoner movies.
Oops.
And I think the next ones we're gonna get into, because I haven't watched them in a long time, is the Friday the 13th series.
The original run.
Either that or Nightmare on Elm Street, because again, that's been a long time.
Freddy's my boy. He's my favorite of the classic three.
I always thought it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I know. You're stupid.
But I mean, like, a lot of the monsters, really, if you think about it, they're kind of over the top.
Well, yeah.
Especially Chucky. It's a fucking doll, guys.
And dolls are creepy.
Yeah, the right kind of dolls are creepy. And now they all are. Never mind. Yeah, but I think my favorite classic horror movie is the original Halloween. I think that probably because they were really just having fun with it and just trying to make it's just like the most basic slasher movie. It works so well. It's done so well. John Carpenter. The Thing is another favorite.
Yeah.
His original one. They did some really good stuff with prosthetics in that movie. It was insanely good stuff. Yeah, I think those are gonna be the favorites. And then I don't know if I'm gonna watch it again, but Hereditary is up there.
Mm.
Um,
I have a question to jump in. Is it time? Because I even just did it. I was like, Freddy's my favorite of the classic three: Michael, Freddy, and Jason. Is it time that we fully update that to like the Fearsome Four or something, and include Ghostface? Because honestly, I don't think people quite understand, and maybe because the recent movie brought it back into the pop culture limelight in a different way. I don't think everyone, if you have not gone back and watched the original Scream in the last 5 years, within at least 5 years, go back and watch it, because I'm telling you now that is on equal ground as Halloween. That is on equal ground as Nightmare. 100%. It, to me, that's not a modern classic. That is just a classic. What do you think, man?
well, I already considered him up there, so I mean, to
Good.
be honest, I have up there with the icons. I have Freddy, Jason, Michael, Chucky, Ghostface, Leatherface.
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
those
Leatherface does get ignored every now and then.
yeah,
Good,
those
good,
those,
good
those
name
are
drop.
the ones that I have up there, and those are the ones you're gonna commonly see brought up every time you talk about classic horror. And I think that,
But without that modifier, I think that's important for Ghostface, especially because he is from the '90s. He's just classic now, not
well, the thing,
modern
I mean,
classic.
like, let's be real, the 90s
Excuse
were
me.
about 20 years ago, bro.
30.
Shush. Yeah.
30.
I was trying to bring up the end of the 90s. Because was it Scream in 99?
No, dude. Scream was like
94, huh?
94, 5,
96. It's 96.
96. There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
mid 90s. How old was I? I was 8.
I was 11.
Yeah,
And I saw that too. Not in the. I didn't get to see that one in theaters. I had to wait until that one hit home video, and then my dad's brother showed it to me.
Oh, we always have that cousin, brother,
The uncle.
who's like,
Yep.
watch this shit right here.
Yes. He also showed me Demon Knight and Bordello of Blood, the Tales from the Crypt movies.
Well, my dad used to watch Tales from the Crypt, so. And
Yeah.
then he was the one who also showed me at a very young age Silence of the Lambs,
Nice.
which I didn't fully understand at the time, but it's okay. But I have him up there. He is, I consider him an icon, especially of the 90s of the time. And I think he out of all the characters was able to really embrace the pop culture of the time going into the early 2000s.
Yeah, Ghostface.
And yeah, those like kind of teen movies that really fit in the same vein as, like, even like you can put them in the same categories as far as teen movies like American Pie,
Yep.
and Not Another Road Trip, Euro Trip, and like all that kind of
I
trash
love
stuff
Euro Trip.
that we used to watch back then. With
Euro Trip's funny.
with the music that was back then, and the Britney Spears, the Christina Aguilera's, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC's. Like, it was just the icon of the era, I think, for horror. And they tried to do it with some of the other guys, and it just kind of looked really ridiculous. Like when they did the H2O. Is that H2O? No, the one with Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes. The Halloween with them.
Yeah, I don't remember which one that was.
A Halloween Resurrection. That's the one.
Resurrection.
Where they made it like a reality TV show, and they had to stay in the house.
God, that was
everything.
02? Really? Crazy. Yeah.
Exactly, right of its time. But like, he didn't really fit in it. But it was like, the movie's so ridiculous that I watch it more as a comedy.
Yeah.
Because I will, to this, like, I will never forget. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because it's like, hey, it's a memorable movie now. Michael Myers fighting Busta Rhymes and him making karate noises. and the and the thing is, and the worst part about it, which makes it funnier, is that there's an earlier scene in the movie where I think Tyra goes to see him at his hotel about something, and the foreshadowing to all of that is that he opens the door, and in the background he's watching kung fu movies.
Yeah.
and so it all comes together, and yeah, it was it's a
over the top.
If you haven't watched it, it's definitely worth the watch for the fun of it, especially because I mean, Tyra Banks, Busta Rhymes, it's funny.
You know what, like, modernization of an icon worked when it first came out was Wes Craven's New Nightmare, where that was Freddy movies were movies, and that was actually a really well done. I mean, there's in my humble Nightmare on Elm Street fan opinion, there's three great movies. The original, you've got 3, The Dream Warriors, and then New Nightmare. Everything else, it varies from, like you said, over the top, basically a comedy, to just pointless, like 2.
Well, if you look also at Halloween, the first movie is up there as one of the top horror movies of all time, and then it just falls off the cliff.
Yeah.
But basically, it stems to the fact that they forced Carpenter to make a second one.
Yeah.
And I think the legend is that he wrote the script one night while pounding a couple of beers.
Something like that.
I think I saw that in a documentary. And so, yeah, he didn't really want to make it anyway. And then
3 Season of the Witch is just so weird with the masks and everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's, and it's funny because a lot of people's timelines and a lot of people's listing of how you should watch Michael Myers movies or different timelines, everyone ignores that one.
Yeah, he's not even in it.
No, it's not. Because they try to do something different as they try to keep the theme, maybe create a bigger universe. And everyone's like, nah, bro, we kind of just wanted Michael killing fools, so this doesn't work. Also, the Halloween series franchise is where we also see Paul Rudd's worst acting moments. So he's really bad at that one.
Yeah,
really, really bad.
It's forgivable. He's been pretty top notch on most things.
That's what I'm saying. That it's his worst.
I still see Clueless every now and then, or clips from it, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's freaking Paul Rudd.
although I will say, I think
how does he stay so damn young?
I will say, I think he is a huge jerk, and he's supposed to be, but I think it gave me the perception that the actor was also like that. Role models.
Oh yeah,
It made me feel like that's just the way he is. But I think him playing Scott Lang really changed something, because at the time I really was able to connect with the fact that he was a single dad trying to make it work for his daughter one way or another. So that was good for me. I enjoyed that. So that was
cool. What about the original, not Paul Rudd connected? It had God, what was his name? In the original Buffy movie.
Man, it's been a while. Long.
So I love that movie. I think it is severely underrated. I love Paul Rubin's death scene in that movie. It's one of the best, when he's like, ooh, and he takes him forever to die. I love that. It's comedic genius, and I know Joss Whedon comes with baggage, but people that don't, Luke Perry, that's who I was trying to think of, and David Arquette plays Benny, and his hilarious, come on man, let me in, I'm hungry, Pike. Dude, you're floating. It's such a quotable freaking movie. The principal giving all the vampires and dead people detention at the end, and but Joss Whedon really did break a lot of ground that today we act as you know, being broken for the first time, having major LGBT representation on screen, including female relationships, and dealing with women empowerment and stuff like dude helped smash a lot of things dating back to the 90s through the early 2000s, long before Zoomers started getting into entertainment, let alone making it. I mean, Whedon is why Warner Brothers or the WB, now the CW, is the way it is, basically. I mean, is it not?
I mean, yeah, but we're not going to talk about Whedon.
yeah, I know, but I have to bring up Buffy, because it is a staple. And yeah, despite Joss allegedly being a dick, dude gave us a lot of gold. I guess just for shits and giggles, if you will, we should mention a news story, Manny, before we wrap up. Early reactions, social media reactions to Black Adam. You and I have talked about it a few times this week. We've been wondering about how the box office will go next week for it, and you can hear our predictions here on Genreverse YouTube or podcast network. And let me read off some of these. So Stephen Weintraub, I'm not sure, said, have seen Black Adam. The Rock is fantastic as Black Adam. Excuse me. He's spent 10 years getting ready for this role, and he literally kills anyone and everyone in his way. And I loved that he didn't pull back on who Black Adam is. Left the theater wanting to see a sequel immediately. Brandon Davis, BD on Twitter, said Black Adam is built on some epic non-stop action. It made me want a sequel with a smoother story immediately. When it moves, it's a straight shot of adrenaline. The characters are dope, especially Teth Adam and Dr. Fate. It's a badass film. Other people calling it a game changer, saying it electrifies the millions and millions of DC fans.
That's such a rock quote.
What's that?
That's such a rock quote.
I know, right? Here's Sean Keane said, had to go through metal detectors for Black Adam New York screening. Pity it's bad. No emotional depth, zero sense of peril for the main character, and dull CGI battles. Sean O'Connell said, we can tweet about Black Adam. I didn't like it. The script is ridiculous. The JSA members don't get much development at all. The humor isn't just bad, it's cringe. I like Rock a lot and want him in a much better film. Last 30 minutes are a CGI assault. Wasn't for me. So there you guys go. Some outright super positive, and then a few negative. And I mean, I don't know. I still stand by. I think I said 110 million opening. Although, like you and I have discussed, the Superman rumors, and I will just say, guys, if you're not spoiled about things, mute Black Adam in Twitter, because there are some major outright leaks, not just rumors, but full-on leaks that are out there. What's that?
I think marketing.
I do too. That's 100%. They're trying to gin it up.
Yeah, they're doing.
I think the leak is on purpose, even, dude. Honestly.
I think it's a complete part of the marketing. Where they're going to leak this out because A, they're going to bring some hopefully Superman fans interest here, and B, it will generate bigger buzz because of the fact that we've A, fans have wanted that, and B, we've been making this movie for 10 years and people are probably already tired of it. and like, don't lie to me and tell me that it's just not The Rock in a Black Adam suit as far as the character, because The Rock has never played anyone other than The Rock. in any film, and that is okay because I've
It's
watched
okay.
every one of them, including the Tooth Fairy.
I'm sorry.
And but I mean, hey, that's the case. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves plays the same character in every movie.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis plays the same character in
Tom
every
Cruise.
movie. Tom Cruise is always running. It's in his contract that he needs to run a stretch of land, whether it's in the forest, whether it's a field, whatever. He has to run, and it has to be in the trailer. Samuel L. Jackson's always yelling for no reason and saying bad words. So there's the fact that I'm saying that The Rock plays the same character. It works for some people.
It does. It does. What do you think, man? You think the buzz is real, or is that the few that Warner Brothers wanted to make sure saw the movie because they knew they would be positive? I don't know these names, so I don't follow.
No,
them.
I think it's gonna be good. I don't know if it'll be necessarily be in the top films ever that I've seen from DC, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. I'm very excited to see Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. He's one of my favorite characters. Dr. Fate would obliterate Doctor Strange. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. there are several occasions where the entire DC universe has been on the verge of destruction. Dr. Fate shows up and fixes it all, and it is very annoying. There's been a couple of stories. It's like, God damn it, man! Like, we're doing this again. But I mean, whatever. He's got, his house in a different dimension, and that keeps people out. That's nice. So yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I am a little concerned about kind of what the other, the Atom and all these other Atom Smasher and all these other characters that they're gonna probably play second fiddle necessarily. And then also is The Rock the antagonist in this, or is there a bigger entity that we're gonna be kind of teaming up for a little bit, and then after The Rock's gonna punch Hawkman in the face? Does Amanda Waller blackmail? Because she's a lot. It's funny because people don't understand how powerful Amanda Waller is.
Yeah,
she's got dirt on everyone in the same vein that Batman has a contingency plan for everyone, including himself. And so that's I'm glad to see Viola Davis is still involved in that role because she's done it well, and I'm excited because it's another superhero movie. I don't care whether it's DC, Marvel. I love it all. I don't understand why people always pit us to pick one over the other. Just have a good time.
Tribalism, man. It's
also,
the human condition.
I know you did it on with Nick, but I gotta get you to tell me about what you thought on She-Hulk first.
Oh God, that was awful, dude, so bad. And Nick he said on Discord, you guys can find a link to our Discord, that She-Hulk is a top 3 Disney Plus series, up there with Loki and WandaVision. It's like, dude, what are you smoking? Like, it's not good stuff. I get good stuff, and you don't have good stuff if you think this is top tier. That was one of the biggest waste of times, and like I said, I don't necessarily believe that was the end game the whole time. I honestly think that some of this was out of edited out of order, edited differently. Some of this was last minute, because I don't think they ever had a freaking plan. I don't think this was done to be tongue-in-cheek meta. I think this was potentially done because they really just didn't know what to do with the character, didn't know what to do with the series. It felt so like it was a waste of eight weeks of my life. That's what I think of She-Hulk.
I have to kind of agree with you, because I think Tatiana was great as She-Hulk.
Yes,
I love the
actress is not the problem.
I do not have an issue with any of the cast. I really just and I don't have a problem with the messaging.
Writing, quote unquote.
I don't have a problem with the messaging either. Like, if you wanted to make
9 weeks or 8 weeks of man bad, because anyways.
I didn't have a problem with the messaging of it. It's just, yeah, I think you're right as far as it did feel out of order. It did feel it just felt super wonky.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end also, it kind of makes like, and I understand making fun of your own product. DC does it all the time,
Yeah.
Solo, Teen Titans.
Yes.
But with how like serious and kind of pristine usually Marvel's is, it kind of feels like like a little underhanded to say all of our other stuff actually kind of does suck this phase four.
I had told Nick that I thought that this really did that this really made me worried about Deadpool and his fourth wall breaking. Not because he does it weird or anything. It was very so all the weirdness in the Deadpool movies, you still get the sense that if you were in a courtroom and a lawyer for a client started doing magic tricks, that the judge would, you know, throw the book at the lawyer and have them, you know, kicked out of the courtroom and dress them down. The weirdness in Deadpool is there in Deadpool, for Deadpool, on and around Deadpool.
Okay, yeah.
This made the whole thing weird. It was very hard for me to buy this as part of her talking to the camera was never an issue. Her having some meta moments with the camera was never an issue.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it was everything else in the universe that, you know, just it would not go down that way. This is the world. This is the same world that the Winter Soldier took place in, and I cannot separate that. And it did not work for me.
It didn't work for me. And then for whatever dumb reason, they had that reveal in the end.
Yeah,
with the Hulk.
I told Nick, I said they're wanting to do World War Hulk, and he's like, no, they don't even have to. The sun's there. I'm like, Nick, they want to do World War, but here's my biggest issue with it, and it's kind of like whenever you want to tackle certain contemporary issues in the MCU, you run into the issue of the world you've established doesn't provide that same context, and for World War Hulk, why here he is, he's Smart Hulk, Professor Hulk, a hero. You didn't have the Illuminati send him away. You didn't have anyone from Earth send him away. The ship doesn't blow up and kill his fam. And even if what happens to make Earth treat this Hulk, Bruce Banner Hulk, badly and cause, you know, enough grief and pain to set up World War Hulk? How do you where does that come from? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see where it's going.
We have a big problem with the MCU in that context, because I felt the same way about Civil War.
Yeah.
Where I don't think you didn't have enough characters, and you didn't have enough teams having to break up in order to really make it feel like people were picking sides.
Yeah.
You literally just had Captain America and his friends versus Iron Man and his friends. That's not Civil War. That is a dispute amongst that is West Side Story, guys.
That is a workplace disagreement.
Yeah, and going forward, we have the
Civil
same problem with Secret Wars.
Yeah.
If you do not have the X-Men in that film,
the multiverse saga is not as multiversal as many people, and I get, well, they visited all these multiverses in Loki and Doc Strange. Okay, yeah, I get it. That's the same way as saying She-Hulk is a courtroom comedy because they happen to have a couple of courtroom scenes.
Yes. I agree
no.
with that. And now at the end of it, I agree with that. There's not enough of it. Yeah, so
99.99% correct.
They don't need to nah, you're more like all the time like 7. So 1? Okay, fine. 1%.
Get bent.
So I'm disappointed, but I've seen other reviewers too. They give their like, oh, that was fun, whatever, and then a couple of them that I follow now came back and did another video where it's like, all right, guys, like She-Hulk, where do I rank them? Probably on the bottom of the MCU. It's like, aha, see, like you, and it's kind of contradictory, but at the same time, I get it. You do not want to piss off the mouse in the hand that feeds you, but I do not care.
Then again, you can go back and look at all the Ghostbusters 2016 reviews, and how many of them were like, the writing has got this issue, there's that issue, this didn't quite work out, but the cast is hilarious, and the girls are really funny. I give it an A. And it's like, dude, you said the writing was bad, the editing was bad, you said all this other stuff is bad. You are afraid of getting reamed online for speaking out against at the time a lightning rod topic. But anyways, we got to wrap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just sad because it feels like now they're using that as a crutch. That it's like, well, if you don't like something, it's obviously because you have a problem with yeah. No, man, you just made a bad show.
Yep. All right, guys, I got to get ready for Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, which you guys can find here on the Genreverse Podcast Network YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcast from, like Google, Spotify, Apple, all those good things. Thanks to all 729 of you that are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Help us continue to grow. Great content besides Breaking Geek and Daily Cog. Marvel Multiverse Mayhem will be going back to news and rumors and stuff like that until Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The Cantina will continue with Andor, and we do discuss news whenever it comes up while we're doing the Cantina reviews. Anime-Versal Reviews still doing Chainsaw Man and Spy Family. Review of The Rings will finish up this week as well with the final episode of The Rings of Power. Like I said, all those go up in audio format. We also have some reaction video things here on the YouTube channel, and check out lrmonline.com for all of those shows, written reviews and articles, news, leaks, rumors, celebrity interviews, which are also available on the LRM YouTube channel. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Be safe out there and enjoy some spooky time. We'll see you next week. Bye.